Hello students, lecture 103, History chapter 3, Making of the Global World. In this again we'll take 3 articles. The first article is 3 flaws identified by economists in the international economic exchanges. Next is corn laws in Britain, and the third one is development of canal colonies in western Punjab, India. So the first article, that the 3 flaws which were identified by the economist in international economic exchanges during 19th century. First point for this article is economists identified 3 types of flaws within international economic exchanges. The first is the flaw of trade, which in 19th century referred largely to trade in goods, for example wheat and rice. This was the flow of trade, that trade moved from one place to another, one continent to another continent. The second flow is the flow of labor migration in search of employment. Large number of people migrated across continents in search of employment and better opportunities. Third is the movement of capital, that is money, for short term or long term investment over long distances. These were the 3 types of flows identified by economists during 19th century. Next article is the corn laws in Britain. Corn is maize, that is the main food of the British. Why British government imposed the corn laws? What were the reasons behind it? This I will discuss in 5 points, that is the corn laws in Britain. Traditionally, countries like to be self-sufficient in food. Countries wanted that they should be self-sufficient in food production and consumption. But during 19th century, Britain's self-sufficiency in food meant lower living standard and social conflicts. People conflicted against each other. Population growth from late 19th century had increased the demand of food grains in Britain. Then, as urban centers expanded and industry grew, the demand for food grains in Britain went up, pushing up food grain prices. Under pressure from landed groups, the rich farmers. Under the pressure from rich farmers, the British government restricted the import of corn, and the laws allowing the government to do this were commonly known as the corn laws. Now question arises that why did rich farmers pressurize the government to impose corn laws? Since food demand increased, prices increased, so the landed aristocracy of Britain thought that if such laws are enacted, then food prices would further go high and they would become rich. That was the main intention of the rich farmers in Britain. In against to corn laws, unhappy with high food prices, industrialists and urban dwellers, the people who were working in cities and towns, urban dwellers, forced the government to remove the corn laws. And once again, under the pressure from the industrialists and urban dwellers, corn laws were scrapped off, and now food could be imported into Britain more cheaply than it could be produced within the country. British agriculture was unable to compete with imports because their agricultural production was small in amount and volume compared to the requirement and other imports. So vast areas of land were now left uncultivated. So the farmers in Britain stopped cultivating and growing crops, and thousands of agricultural workers were out of job since no agriculture practice. So farmer or the farm workers were out of job. They migrated to cities or overseas. So they also started migrating towards cities and towns in search of job. Around the world, next point is this: around the world in Eastern Europe, Russia, America, Australia, New Zealand, lands were cleared and food production expanded to meet the British demand. Now, farmers were growing food to supply in other continents. Now, farmers were working not in their own fields. Now, they started working in other fields for international food supply. And this revolutionized the transportation, farming techniques, and food standard, moving from far off places, that is from America to England, Australia to England, New Zealand to England, Africa to England, and so on. Not only this, nearly 50 million agricultural workers from Europe migrated from Europe to America to Australia. And this way, by 1890s, a global agricultural economy had taken shape. This was called global agricultural economy, that now people were earning money by growing foods for others, not for themselves. So this is what is the Corn Laws, scrapping of Corn Laws, and situation after the Corn Laws were scrapped off. This is a very important article, Corn Laws, of this chapter. Next article of this lecture is development of canal colonies in Western Punjab. How this name came, canal colonies, and what were the canal colonies? It was a dramatic change. It was a sudden change. Although it was on a small scale, occurred closures in Western Punjab, closer areas of Western Punjab, the present day Abohar, Fazilka, Firozpur, all these districts, the Western Punjab. Here the British Indian government built a network of irrigation canals to transform semi-desert wasteland into a fertile agricultural land that could grow wheat and cotton to be exported to Europe. And this is what is, those areas were called canal colonies, because now people started living along these canals. So they were called canal colonies. These colonies were developed and settled by farmers from other parts of Punjab. Farmers were from other areas, not of the local areas. This is believed that it was the original place of cotton cultivation to feed British cotton textile mills. That this was the first time in India when cotton was grown, and India is also believed the home country for cotton plantation. So cotton was grown by British in canal colonies, that is in Western Punjab. Due to the rapid production, third point, due to the rapid production of cotton, wheat and rice multiplied the British trade from 25 to 40 times during 1820s to 1940s, around 96 years. During 96 years, their trade multiplied 25 times to 40 times, and nearly 60% of this trade was from primary products. Primary product means the agricultural and its related production. So this is what is the three articles. Now questions based on three articles which I am mentioning in the question form itself, in the description area. The first question is, economists identified three types of flow within international economic exchanges in 19th century. Explain each. Second question, explain the corn laws introduced in 19th century Britain. Third question, what were the canal colonies? Explain in 3 points. So these are the 3 questions based on these 3 articles. So I hope it will serve your purpose and it will be helpful to you. So keep on watching, listening and reading. Thank you very much.